It may look like the town of Jay Supervisor Randy Douglas, but it's Kevin Douglas coaching the AuSable Valley Patriot JV boys, and Jerry Davison coaching the Northeastern Clinton Central School JV boys. Calvin Castine at Northeastern Clinton on this third day of February 2012. And we're here for JV boys basketball in the CVAC. Our officials will be former Saranac Central girls coach Chad Kaiser, and over that away Alan Rock, the umpire-in-chief in the West Plattsburgh Softball League, right around that slow pitch league. Very patriotic-looking Patriots in red and blue, a little white trim. And the Cougars with the flashy pink sneakers of Adam Cater. Cater will inbound. Gives it to Bigor. And Bigor will bring it up. He's guarded by number 14, John Goodenough. There's a three-point attempt, banked in by Brendan Boutin. Boutin with a triple. Start the scoring in the ball game. Looked like he meant to do that too. You don't usually bank them in from out there, but he shot it and says, I meant to do that. Let's see, those numbers, I'm not looking through my little viewer. The numbers are pretty easy to pick up. But looking through my little viewer, those red numbers on blue are really tough to pick up. You see 11 out there, Connor Kennedy. 21, that's Austin Facto. 14, that's Goodenough, as we said. What else we got? 12, I think I saw 12 out there, Nick McDonald. And this fella here might be 23, Zach Cosgrove. Shot from the corner. Holy cow. Get a man on number 25, Boutin. I'm sure that Grandma Joan will be looking for a copy of this game. There's a steal by Boutin. He misses the layup. Oop, no trouble. 35, Matt Lefebvre able to get the shot off. No traveling. Look like he might be forced to travel. Who else we got there? 31 is Callan Dusso. So I think we've mentioned everybody on the floor for the Cougars. Bigor, Cater, Boutin, Lefebvre, and I'll double check in my sheet. The Patriots score is now 7-2. Lefebvre over to Boutin. Cater in the high post, back to Boutin. And the ball rebounded by the Patriots. Good hustle by Boutin to save it. Gives it to Dusso, and Dusso gives the ball to Bigor. Bigor drives the paint, dishes off. And it's going to be off red. Temperature probably in the mid-20s. I didn't really notice. Hadn't established himself in bounds when he touched the ball. Will be brought up by Cosgrove. Oh, no look. No look pass, and Busso's there for defense, and apparently ball went off Kennedy. 4:44 to go in the first quarter. 7-2 Cougars. Junior varsity boys basketball. Maybe another week or two, maybe probably less than 2 weeks left in the season. Season goes fast once you get by Christmas. Do so, some more defense. Mr. D doesn't mean do so, it means defense. Here's Bigor. Bigor dishes off to Cater. Cater pushes it out to Boutin. And, good hustle by Cater to get the rebound. Close. Kisses it off the window for a 9-2 Cougar lead. Under 4 to go in the first. Josh Herrica telling the varsity coach Rob Guerin about his own personal exploits. Herrica, the AD here, seen his sister twice this week. 5-second violation up at Northern Adirondack. She's coaching the JV girls this year for NAC as they don't have a varsity, but Jess Herrica will be coaching the varsity team next year. It's stolen by Boutin. Up for Cater, there's Boutin. It was Lefebvre that stole that ball. Nice move by Facto. Austin Facto. 9-4, 3 minutes, 17 seconds. Showing in the first quarter. Had a nice show in Peru today with Reverend Ken Parker and his Butternut Farms pet therapy donkeys. There's Lefebvre. Whoa! Kind of flicked that in there, didn't they? A flea flicker. 12-4. Three flicker. Stolen by Boutin. Boutin will keep it. Couldn't get it to Lefebvre, so he gives it to Cater. Shot thrown up by Bigor, tipped by Dusso. And Patriots beat the Cougars down the floor. Good play there by Sultan Sikander. S-I-C-S-I-K-A-N-D-A-R. Sikander. Sultan Sikander. Or Sakandar. Or maybe none of the above. Lefebvre out to Boutin, over to Bigor. Cougars will keep it. Down to 1:38 on the clock. They're down 16 on the shot clock, a lot of time. Hand it off to Dusso. That'll make it 14-6. Cougars. Got a man at the scoring table set to come in. Boy, everybody's wearing the Giants hats all of a sudden here, huh? Dean Barcombe, number 1 Postman. 12 at the line, that's Nick McDonald. At 32, Brent Stein in for the Cougars, and looked like 24, Kyle Coolidge for the Patriots. Rebound Cater. 14-7. Cougars were under a minute here in the first. What's the call? Blue ball. Home. AuSable ball. Air ball. Grabbed by McDonald. Back to McDonald. Back throw over to Secondar. In the middle, easy pickings for Stein. 8 seconds to go. There's that flicker from Lefebvre. Anton's going to run out. Whoa! No basket. Time ran out. Good enough. I was driving for a reverse, but it wasn't good enough. And we're going to the second with the Cougars leading 14-7 here on viewer-supported hometown cable. All right, we checked with Chris K.A. and he says it's Secondar. And he said that fellow right there is good no. Not good enough, good no. It's spelled Goudnough, but it's good no, not good enough. So I learned a lot since we were away here. Oh, there we go, Bhutan with another 3. It makes it 17-9 Cougars here in the early part of the second quarter.
Look at the action. Look at the action. Behind, there you go. We got to get to that.
Oh, there's a three-pointer by Cosgrove. That makes it 17-12. Big Oar with the ball. Senior night, for some reason tonight, they've still got 2 more home games. The Shazy boys are having senior night tonight. And can't make it there. We're here. Last week we had 2 dates when we could have been at Shazy because we had nothing else on the calendar. They had sent me a schedule early in the year. There are 2 dates there that I checked the paper. That was a Tuesday. I looked in the paper, nothing on my calendar. So I said, well, no place to go. That's Lefebvre with a flea flicker. So I had nothing to tape. It's Regents Week, so they don't schedule a lot of games in January that week. So didn't tape anything. Pick up the paper next day. Shazy girls played modified JV varsity, and we missed them. I contacted the school, said anything else in that schedule that I'm not aware of, but I should know. It's an offensive foul right there. No, that was it. Pick up the paper next day. They had a game that night with the boys. 3 games, modified JV varsity that I could have covered. So that's 6 Shazy games that I didn't cover, and I'm not going to go to a Shazy game tonight and miss Northeastern when I could easily have 6 Shazy games in the bag. But I don't due to lack of communication. I try to be fair. Last night it was Ellenberg. We've been there twice this week. Neither Shazy nor Northeastern had any home games, so ended up going twice to Ellenberg for girls basketball. Wednesday night I wasn't here. This is a Friday. I wasn't here for basketball because I was at the hockey rink, Northeastern hockey. That night on Wednesday, the Bobcats had wrestling at home against Beekmantown. That's another school I try to get. This is Bhutan at the line. And Shazy girls had a home game, so we chose hockey mainly because of my late friend Rick Knowles. Son is the goalie for Plattsburgh, and if I'm going to do a Cougar hockey game and they're playing PHS, I think I should try to be there in honor of Rick Knowles, who passed away at the age of 48 early in the year, first part of January. So, and Monday we were at the bowling alley. Tomorrow we'll probably do a youth game, probably I'm saying, and I haven't committed myself to an 8 o'clock in the morning youth game. Then on to the North Bowl for the sectional bowling, and then to the hockey rink again for Franklin Academy at Northeastern Hockey. So we try to be fair to everybody. We have 3 schools, 3.5 schools, because we try to do Beekmantown whenever it's feasible. But with Northeastern, Shazy, and Northern Adirondack, it isn't always feasible. And our 5th school is Seton Catholic. Nice feed to Stein, and Brent Stein gets an easy 2. 23-12, 4:52 to go in the first half. And this is viewer supported, so if you're watching this, you really need to support this programming, because it is not supported the way it should be. Too many people think that somebody else should be doing the supporting. There is Lefebvre, dribbles through, throws up a shot. Stein is blocked, gets a shot up, it's going to be off Cater, no, off Blue. Lefebvre to inbound. Tried to get it to Cater. They just take it away. Good follow by Goodnow. John Goodnow makes it 23-14, 3:45 to go, second quarter. Patriots take it away whenever reach on Bigor. Fifth Cougar foul, 1 so far on the Patriots. Haven't been a lot of fouls called. We prefer a game that keeps moving. There aren't whistles every 15 seconds. Okay, 23, that's Cosgrove. Rebounded comes to Cater. Bigor with the ball. 3:07 to go in the half. There's the Boutin. Boutin fakes right, goes left. Finds Cater top of the key. Cater should have kept his eye on what was happening. Stein was wide open by the time he took that shot. If you're a good ball player, you can look at that basket within that 15 to 17 foot range and instantly take a shot. So you should be looking for the pass, and then if you have to take the shot, if you're a good ball player, you can just take a split second look at that basket and get your range. So always look for that open man first. That's what I always tried to tell my players when I had a Comets town team, men's team. Look for the pass first, and then if all else fails, then you can shoot and score, but look for an open man. Cougars in the 2-3 defense, made famous by Rob Guerin at the varsity level. We're at 2 minutes here in the second quarter. Here's Bigor over to Boutin, back to Bigor. Cater. .42, who's that? 42, that's Dragoon, yeah, Nick Dragoon. Cougars get it back and score. And sorry about Nick Dragoon. There's a fine viewer patron family, and I didn't mention that Nick was in there. My humble apologies here. We're doing an extreme close-up of him just to make up for it. Extreme close-up of Nick Dragoon to make up for not getting him when he came on the floor. We're zooming in more. Yep, there we go. 1:36 on the clock. It's going to be a foul called on Dusso. It's good no at the line. It looks like the voice of Shazy Sports here is here, Joey Trombley with family. .25-14, minute 22 to go in the second quarter. Shot is short. And here come the Patriots. Oh, it bounces off Dragoon. Patriot ball with 1:02 on the clock. 25-14 to score. Intended for good no. Oh, good hustle, but ran out of floor. That was 23 Cosgrove. 58.7. Boutin, nope. Another foul. This is Nick McDonald. .41.3 on the clock. And good hustle, but good no. And good no. Makes it a 7-point ball game, 25-18. Cater over to Boutin. Off Bigor's knee, apparently. Ball into Facto. 12 seconds. 8 seconds. Going up in the paint. Looks like there's a foul at the buzzer. Foul's on 2-4. That would be Kyle Coolidge. So it's 25-18 at the half here on viewer-supported hometown cable. We are early in the second half here. Very early, 12 seconds in fact. Cougar ball. Not for very long, however. Patriots take it away. This is Boutin. To Bigor. Bigor dishes to Cater. Cater shot it up. No travel. Oh! Oh, Bhutan missed it.
Oh, this is he was good.
They were busy talking here, and the ball was inbounded to Goodnow, and he scored. So I hope we got the follow through at least. Another jump ball. Whoop. Is Bigor? Nope. Whoops. Intercepted there. We're 2 days ahead of the Super Bowl here and had an interception. Bhutan working hard, gets it to Lefebvre. He bounce, a hard bounce over to Bigor. Lefebvre rears it up, and Lefebvre comes out with it. Bigor in and out. And Dusso is tied up. I'll put this on automatic pilot for a couple seconds here. Put my sheet so I can read them. Jump ball. Cater will inbound to Bigor. Oh no, Abby Miller on the DL here. What did Abby do? Look out, good hustle there by Cater, but he's, I know why, he can. So if I land in the stands, it'll be in the laps of the cheerleaders. So it'll be a safe landing. Whoop. There's Lefebvre, rejected. By, who was that, 23 Cosgrove. That's tossed in by Facto. And the first 2 points of the second half are finally on the scoreboard. It took us over 4 minutes to do that. But the Patriots have cut it down to a 5-point ball game. Look out. With the body, I guess. Oh, we got Cosgrove at the line. Rebounded by Cater. I don't know why I'm suddenly at an angle here. I'm gonna check the camera to see what the problem is here. I think we're okay. Nice look. Bhutan to Cater. 27-21. We got to figure out why we're leaning when we come down this direction. Intended for Bhutan, but it's out of bounds. 2.5 to go in the third. 6-point ball game. Cougars up by 27-21 margin. Whoa! Good breaks there for Cater. Bhutan. And rebound pulled down by McDonald. There's a long pass up for Goodnow. Move, good move. Good no. Bhutan tended for Stein, but a little too tall. Patriots working to get the good shot. Cougars keeping up the solid 2-3. 14 on the shot clock. That's blocked by Big Oar. There's Bhutan with an easy two. He's got it. 28-25. 29-25. 6-point lead. Well, sometimes when you see snow, you start thinking of Christmas or winter. When I see snow, I think of baseball and softball season. Tim Snow, world famous umpire, is here cheering on the Patriots. We saw him this time. Dragoon is in. Nick Dragoon. There's Begor. Bhutan. Out to Begor, over and back. Malik McLeod has reported in. 29-23, 50 seconds to go in the third. Patriots have taken 1 point off the Cougar lead so far here. Travel. Let's see, what was it? 25-18. So Patriots have outscored the Cougars 5-4 in the third quarter with 30 seconds to go. So it's been very low scoring third quarter thus far. Broken up by Begor, but the ball comes to Goodnow. And it's a 4-point ball game. 12 seconds. And we're going to have a jump ball. Cutting it even closer. It's a 2-point game, and Goodnow scores to make it 29-27 after 3. So strong finish to the third, and the Patriots are right where they want to be going into the fourth. So just like that, the Patriots are in position to tie the game or take the lead with a 3-pointer. There's a 3-point shot, and they'll give it to the Cougars. You know, the Muppet said the 2 old guys sitting in the balcony. That's what we got there. Oh, all right. Nice shot there by Callan Dusso. Puts the Cougars up by 4. Doubles their lead. They're not talking much, they're just sitting there. They'll be more active in the varsity game when they got their whistles out. Referees Jim Bruno and Bennett. Jim Bruno, of course, a very faithful viewer supporter for Hometown Cable. If he fouls and apologizes. I didn't see what happened here. We turn around and Cater is lying on the floor. Did not see what happened here, and he is not moving, and this is well after the play. So we got Coach Davison and Athletic Director Herka out there. Looks like he's trying to move. This, well, of course, they don't encourage him to move on an injury until they've done a diagnostic run through. Cater is moving now. They used to be in the old days, you'd say, get up, walk it off. Now they're taught to do a diagnosis before they tell the kid to move, because sometimes you can move and do some damage to yourself if you've got an injury there. Scoreboard says number 35, Lefebvre has 3 fouls. And Goodnow is at the line. Rebound by Zach Lucas. Grandson of Giraffe Lucas. Shazy viewers will know who Mike and Roy Bayshard are. Oh, there's a basket by Goodnow. When I worked at Sheridan Ironworks, later Harris Graphics, Mike and Roy were there, and Mike and Roy had a nickname for everybody. I was Herman Munster, and Wayne Lucas was the Giraffe. Don't know why he was the Giraffe, but that was his nickname. Of course, their nickname was Heckle and Jekyll, so everybody had a nickname. It's 31-30, Cougars by 1, 6:44 to go. Big R gets it into Lefebvre. Shot by Lucas, a little strong. Rebound, Boutin falls in. Brendan Boutin. 33-30 Cougars. I got a feeling that the Cougars will finish this game without the services of Adam Cater. They'll miss him down low. Goodnow makes it a 1-point game again. Lefebvre to Begor. Begor up to Lefebvre. Flicks it up and in. Mighty fine flicking from Matthew Lefebvre. That's a 3-pointer, so it makes it a 4-point lead again for Northeastern with 5:44 to go. Too strong. Lucas, good position, got the ball. Flicked up to Dusso. Dusso to Boutin. Watch the baby in the front row. Watch the baby in the front row. Very dangerous area. Sitting in the front row with a child that small. A lot of players and a lot of basketballs go sailing into that direction. So if you bring your baby to a ball game, sit back a few rows and sit in the front. 2 seconds on the shot clock. No rim. Cater is back in, so whatever was wrong with him, he's done a quick heel. $36-32 Cougars. With 4:47 left in the ball game. Too strong. Rebound do so. Decatur. Decatur pushes it outside to Bigor. Now to Bhutan. Brendan Bhutan. It's 39-32. 30-second timeout. Cougars have built it back up to a 7-point lead. Patriots bring it up. Top of the arc. Push, I believe, on McDonald. His first foul, team third. Only 3 fouls per team thus far in the half. Bhutan pulls up. Comes up short. And here come the Patriots. Looks like an extra step. Goodnow with a nice spin move. And they get 39-34. There's Cater. What's he doing? Following the timeout, it's Patriot ball. For 3, yes. Basket by Facto. It's a 2-point ball game again. Do so. Foul on Facto. And Bigor ends up with the ball. Pulls it out. Runs it out to Bhutan. 3:12 to go. Cougars up by 4, 41-37. Cougars get it back. Not for long. There's a jump ball. Jumper is good by Facto. And we have a 41-39 game. Cougar lead back at a measly little 2-point. Bhutan chases it out of bounds. As I'd say, Bronx Bombers. Moose. Look like a Brooklyn Bee, but it's a Yankee Bronx Bombers shirt apparently. Nice move there by Garrett Bagor. Puts the Cougar lead back up to 4 points. Blocked by Bagor. And ball was put in by Connor Kennedy. 43-41, 2 minutes to go. Looks like this one might go right through the wire. The voice of Cougar soccer and Cougar basketball is here. Joe Southwick. That's the 6th team foul, so the Patriots are in position. If they can stop the clock, if they need to. If Cougars have a lead, Cougars have only 4 fouls. So if they trail in the 3-second violation, the Patriots could get a lead here. The Cougars will need to have a whole bunch of fouls. So sometimes, depending on the situation, it can be a detriment to have only 3 or 4 fouls late in the game, because you want to stop that clock and put the other team at the line if you're trailing, and you need a 7 foul or 1-and-1 traveling called. We're down to 1:12, and we have a timeout on the floor with the score 43-41, Northeastern leading AuSable Valley. Cater into LaFave. Over to Bhutan. Into the forecourt. It'll be a 1-and-1. Bhutan. It's a critical foul shot. Puts the Cougars up by 3. Make it 4 with 1:04 on the clock. Patriots into the forecourt. Cougars stay in the 2-3 defense. Blocked by Dusso. Be a 1-and-1 with 49.9, and it's going to be young Mr. Bhutan, or Bhutan if you prefer, on the line. Missed the front of that 1-and-1. Will the Patriots bring it down with a chance to close it up? And grabbed by Dusso. Cater gets it to Bigor, up for Bhutan. A bit of a hard foul, clean foul, but close to being dangerous. That'll be a 2-shotter. Rebound Patriots. 31 seconds to go. Patriots run into each other. Goodnow and Cosgrove run into each other. Cosgrove slow to get up. Cougar ball with less than 30 to go. They're up by 4. That's a little bit too far. Stops the clock. Was it touched? Apparently it was touched before it went out. So the ball's inbounded over there. Another fellow who looks like the Town of Jay supervisor. And we got Cater at the line. Foul was on Cosgrove, his 3rd. Jerry Davidson saying, I know what these guys are going to be doing next practice. 100 foul shots each. 18 seconds on the clock. And good hustle by Bigor. Patriots trying to foul him. 13.8 on the clock. Foul apparently was on Bigor, his 3rd, team 5th. That's what the Patriots needed, and they get a timeout as McDonald hits to make it a 1-point game. Moves a little slow with the buttons there. I looked at the clock and said, looked at the score clock and said 45 to 41, then 42, then 43, then 44. 2.1 seconds, 1-point ball game. Kind of exciting, huh? 2.1 to go. Patriots have got to steal the ball. There's a smart move. See, this is something I often wondered about, why teams don't do that. Foul before the team inbounds. You hold the guy, so you foul. Teams seem to think they got to wait till the ball is inbounded to foul. And I've always said, why do you wait? If you want to stop the clock, stop it before it starts. That's a 2-point difference as LaFave hits. So that's what they did there. They held the man going trying to get open. Allen Rock saw that, called the foul, and it stops the clock. Otherwise, time ticks off. 1.7. That's fast fingers there. That's fast fingers moose on the clock there. 0.4 of a second. That's fast. So it's a 2-point game. A desperation shot would probably be a 3-point attempt. So they're going to try to inbound it as far up this way as they can. The Cougars should set up their defense probably right around half court. Let them inbound it in the back court. Get somebody up toward the front so they can't just roll the ball in, but get deep so that they don't get a long pass and a shot in the 25-foot range. Force them to take a desperation heave. And if they luck out and make it, then they luck out and make it. That's pretty much the way Jerry Davison's setting up his defense. That bounces off the ceiling. Kind of impossible to make a shot from the backcourt in a high school gym. There aren't too many high school gyms that are ceiling high enough to do that. So a 46-44 victory. Northeastern Clinton defeats the AuSable Valley Patriot, and that's the way it was in CVAC Junior Varsity Boys Basketball. February 3rd, 2012. You're watching viewer-supported local television, hometown cable TV, worthy of your support.